Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Capricorn May 31, 2022. Venus, your planetary ruler, harmonizes with steady Saturn today, and meeting your responsibilities and obligations, especially to others, comes naturally and easily. You accept the bad with the good with style and grace. You can be motivated to do right by someone or offer help or support. You tend to show your appreciation or affection for others through practical gestures during this transit, and others may be doing the same actions weigh in more heavily than words. You can enjoy making plans and designs more so than usual. The practical elements of a creative project are a strong draw and interest right now. It's a good time to make solid progress on a pet project and make realistic judgments of quality and worth. Reliable feedback from others can motivate you. Later today, the moon heads into your partnership sector for a stay of over 2 days, increasing your awareness of relationship needs. Mars moves into the same sector but will stay for 6 weeks, stirring these needs further. Feelings are intense and will continue to intensify. In addition to your celestial ruler still retrograding through Taurus and your exotic 9th house or belief systems, Mercury will also harmonize with powerhouse Pluto via your romantic 5th house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression. To take a leap of faith for love or not to, that is the question. Moreover, the moon will conjunct lucky Jupiter and the wounded healer, Chiron, via your intimate 8th house of mergers, shared resources, and soulmate connections, all while sitting alongside Mars and Venus. Spicy much? You're just as passionate about intimacy as you are invested in the partnership. You may be struggling with certain projects or defining your professional signature lately. It could be time to revisit previous ventures in your professional journey as Mercury retrograde in Taurus trines Pluto retrograde in Capricorn today. As these two meet to reconsider the trajectory of your projects, you should bring up any past conversations about style, aesthetics, next steps, and more to reposition yourself. Even though you may have to retrace your steps in your work, you may find that your project will be better for it. Having the moon in your financial sector during Mars' first full day here is just as important as having it here during Venus' final days. This is also the moon's first visit since Jupiter's return, with your financial instincts and imagination linking in with the planets of war, money, and luck here for the first time in over a decade, and just as you move into an expansive new financial chapter. Don't be too disappointed with how events turn out. Despite your plans, you're unlikely to be able to make a great deal of progress, and if things don't go your way, resist the temptation to blame others. Unrealistic expectations leave you feeling disappointed. Don't give up, take advantage of opportunities on offer. Instead of force, tackle things modestly. Deep conversations could lead to deep thoughts. You're unusually introverted today, lost within the confines of your mind. Enjoy your increased perceptiveness this evening. You'll come away with a different perspective on everyone tomorrow. A tendency to rush into romance scares off potential candidates for your love. Such a forceful approach can have an adverse effect on the person you desire. If you're not looking for rejection, try to develop a gentler and serene attitude, then those you meet find you to be a far more attractive proposition to date. You'll feel your best today if you can get your heart rate up. It's a good day to focus on your exercise routine, especially if you haven't been doing it for a while. If exercise is not exactly a word in your working vocabulary, it's time to take a look at this. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can try easing into a good habit with a few sit-ups before bed. Eat sensibly, even if you crave extravagant foods. It's not the time for indulging. Pull away from the crowds and family today and take some time out for just you. The energy that's happening will encourage this kind of time, as it brings so much rejuvenation to your mind and soul. Even if you have to put in a full workday, there's always your breaks for a walk, or the evening for a longer stint. Enjoy a hot bubble bath by candlelight, or lie back to listen to some favorite music. Meditate for a while and get some extra rest. You'll feel refreshed and ready to go tomorrow. With the moon still in your work sector after yesterday's new moon and not due to leave until tomorrow, this gives you a chance to capture the momentum created while remaining emotionally and intuitively engaged. As the sun and moon start to separate, their different influences will become more noticeable, with the sun allowing you to keep your eyes open and head out of the sand, while the moon is inspiring your intuition, instincts and imagination while sharpening your sixth sense. This allows you to see things in a black and white way while at the same time reading between the lines. Knowing that the moon's return to your relationship sector tomorrow will bring a chance to focus more on your relationships and to become more emotionally engaged, today can be all about the spirit of romance. It was the moon's departure from your romantic sector yesterday that allows for a deeper dive into Venus, the planet of love's early and Mercury's final days in retrograde motion. Our eyes in the sky. We could feel a huge shift this morning, when the sun changes signs from sensitive Cancer to proud and fiery Leo. If you have a tendency to put others first, now is the time to focus just a bit more on yourself. Unfortunately, this could be easier said than done when the moon makes a challenging aspect to Chiron this afternoon. There could be a lot of egos flying around right now, and though you might find it difficult to set boundaries with people who rub you the wrong way, it's important for your mental health to do so. Venus and Jupiter face off in the cosmos throughout the day, which could tempt you into being overly generous with others. Remember that it's okay to say no to someone, and it's totally acceptable to bestow the love and energy you freely give to others back on yourself. By mid-afternoon, a helpful connection between the moon and Uranus could bring pleasant surprises your way, especially in your professional life. Your status could get a little upgrade as well, so don't be afraid to show off what an amazing masterpiece you are. As the day comes to a close, you could feel worn out from all of the day's energy, which could cause you and others to shut down. Don't take it personally if someone doesn't answer your messages tonight. Like you, they probably just need some quiet time to decompress. In the morning, Venus, having just made its ingress into Virgo, opposes Jupiter in Pisces, an excellent transit for relaxation, play, or vacationing, if we have budgeted our time and resources correctly. The carefree nature of this aspect can cause us to be unwisely generous and philanthropic. Our intentions may be good, but we risk neglecting our own interests, giving something away that we actually need. At this time, we are not especially disciplined in our thinking, believing that good things come to those who sacrifice, and although there may be some truth to this, we should strive to be conservative so as not to find ourselves in a tough spot when the glow of the day wears off. Following this, the sun exits emotional Cancer to enter expressive Leo, its domicile. In the month ahead, our focus shifts from private to public spheres of engagement. We become more comfortable in sharing our creative ideas, as well as our identity, on a wider stage. This is an excellent time for challenging imposter syndrome and defying the inner critic who suggests we seek smallness to avoid attracting the wrong kind of attention. During Leo season, life is a performance piece. We must be willing to own our talents and gifts and to be unapologetic about taking up space. In doing so, we welcome those with similar interests into our orbit, making connections from a place of mutual appreciation and authenticity. On the other hand, we should check our pride often over the next 4 weeks. Declining to tame an overinflated ego can lend to conflict and needless drama. As always, there is merit in striking a balance between confidence and arrogance.